Hello Internet, hello YouTube. It's another day. We're going to be playing more Cataclysm, of course. Hello Jack. And we're going to be... Really, I don't know what to do with this character. I'm continually... So at the beginning of every stream or whenever I come back to the game, I try to assess what's going on and what I should be doing. And frankly, I don't have any good ideas because I think we're just going to continue looting the town to our south, but it's going to lead to us having a lot of issues with pretty hefty monster density. Town to the north is overrun by an acid ant hill, and we obviously don't want to deal with that. I thought about moving again and just pushing up to somewhere in here. The ant hill is located kind of in the center of town. I really wish they would just remove these from the game. I don't feel like they add anything to the game, and they're just sort of unfairly difficult. They break a lot of map gen. I really don't like the anthills in general. But I thought maybe, it wouldn't extend all the way to the top of the city. Maybe we could live here and then we could just loot both of the towns as much as possible without interacting with the acid ants. But they're just so dangerous and it's just so annoying. I don't really see a reason to do that. Plus, if we did that, we would no longer have access to the hub, and I really wanted to manipulate the hub to get a lot of cheap CBMs. Now, we've realized in our playthrough thus far that the hub for some reason is not restocking its goods. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't know. It's been definitely, for sure, has been more than 3 days. So I'm not sure why it didn't restock. I'm going to keep trying and hoping maybe something just bugged out and it'll work eventually. But yeah, I don't know. Hello Drake Tremor, welcome back. And I don't really have much else on the plot here. Last stream basically all we did was read and stuff, and I feel bad when I spend that much time doing kind of tedious, boring crap. I guess it gives a lot of time to give commentary, but I feel like people want to watch things actually happening. I see our first aid is 5, which is fantastic. We really need to raise our fab, and I would like to raise our mechanics, because we will be moving eventually, and I would like to be able to put additional cargo spaces into our vehicle here, as well as kind of dress it up a little bit. We have the books that we could probably make a welder from scratch, because we'll probably have the recipe in one of the many books that we have. So car pushing towards mechanics makes sense to me. Do we have good mechanics books? I really hate that you can't see the numbers in the dark. Let's turn on our flashlight here. Our flashlight that's in our inventory preferably. And we will look for mechanics. We should have at least mechanics to 1, which we do. Mechanics to 3. So that's good. Mechanics to 3 will give us access to a lot of recipes. Grinding, once you get up to like 4 or 5 mechanics, it becomes a real pain to grind through crafting, but if we had to do it, we probably could, as long as we'd be able to make a welder, although I suspect a welder might be higher than mechanics 3. But I think we're just going to spend, again, unfortunately, quite a lot of time reading, and if we explore, we're going to try to push to this gun shop, but we don't have any way of getting in right now. I think a lot of them have pickable doors. We could work on that, but it will set off an alarm, and because this is set in a kind of central location, we're going to draw a lot of zombies, and we really don't want to do that. I see a hardware store as well would be really good to get to. We could pick up a hacksaw. We're going to need a hacksaw, and I really don't feel like making a forge just to build myself a hacksaw. Having issues with my chat screen again. Just going to ignore that for now, and hopefully everything works out. So, yeah, I think we're going to just read a bit, and I know that's not super fun, but what are you going to do? It needs doing. So let's pick up both mechanics books, if we can do that really quick. Mechanics, read, stop, and then the other one. Reading a book is an easy way to just quickly pick up the book, so you don't have to sift through your pile to find the exact book you're trying to grab. Now we can turn off our flashlight. And we'll shift to our wood as a fire. Well, we already have wood in the fire, apparently. Let's go ahead and start a fire. We'll read by the fire. It's easier than trying to read with the flashlight and using up our batteries. Let's, surprisingly, we're not that warm despite wearing our leather pants and plate armor, which previously we were very hot wearing those clothes, so I don't know, maybe we'll get hot standing by the fire, but we look to be okay. So we read Pop Mechanics first because it raises our fun, which means it will help hold out with our focus a little bit longer. And we're just going to read. Oh, and it's daylight. Never mind. That's probably okay. Just put out the fire and read by daylight then. So I did look into last stream. We were talking about how we were eating a lot, but we weren't actually going to overweight for some reason. Apparently there's a bug where your character consumes more calories, or rather burns up more calories during the day than they're supposed to. So we've been eating, thousands of calories and we're still stuck at normal. Sim pointed out on Discord yesterday that this was an issue, and I feel like the number they referenced was like double. So I feel like we consume about double the calories we normally would. So we need to be eating a lot more than we already are. And we're going to focus a lot on our meat supplies for that purpose. There's another farm up here that might have animals. So if we run out of meat, there are ways for us to restock our hefty calorie food. I also think we're going to eat a few cracklins just because of the significant number of calories that they have. So give me like 6 chunks of meat and 1 chunk of fat. And we'll come in and we'll cook some things here. Really want to build up our calorie stores. We really don't want to drop into like underweight. We want to stay ahead of this curve as much as possible so that we don't end up being emaciated because we can't consume enough calories in a day to actually keep going. So we'll make some cracklins. Damn family taking time out of the schedule of important murder watching. Oh, I mean, family's pretty important though. And murder, I feel like, not so much. I am going live earlier than I normally would. Why can I make so many cooked meat? I only picked up 6. Apparently I picked up 14 chunks of meat. I definitely did not hit 1-4. Pretty sure I just hit 6. So I'm not sure what the deal with that is. But we'll make some cooked meat here. Oh, we can make cooked bell peppers. That's nice. I really like cooked bell peppers. We will make cooked meat. I don't know where I got bell peppers. I didn't know bell peppers were in the game. I knew chilies were. Spicy peppers. But, and that's something else. We always would see, like jalapeno style peppers in the game where, they're in basically every fridge and they give you negative fun when you eat them. Never really made sense. Maybe someone replaced those with bell peppers, which I think would have been a good change. Yeah, we don't have any peppers. Did I just not take them? No, we have a chili pepper. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I thought maybe someone replaced the chili pepper with a bell pepper. I guess I just never have seen bell peppers before. That's cool. Really like bell peppers. They're one of my go-to vegetables. Let's look at the cracklins. 275 calories. But you get 7 portions for 1 chunk of fat. We'll eat a little bit of fat. I don't want to tank our health. You're quite full and are sluggish. Yeah, what else is new? So let's dump our remaining meat that we didn't mean to take into the freezer so it stays frozen. Now we have some food. And we'll go back to reading. Go ahead and extinguish the fire. Read the mechanics book. I'm going live a little bit early today. I was feeling very sick. I've been sick since like Friday last week, off and on with my stomach issues. Really, really being an issue. And then I've been sick today twice, and I was sick like 10 minutes before I went live. And I was like, this is probably the best time to go live because then it's the longest time between me getting sick. So we're very hungry, very thirsty, and tired. The bell peppers were more unfun than chili. Oh, I hope that's not true. Bell peppers are delicious even raw. Where chili pepper -2 fun, bell pepper -5. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all, actually. Like that's just probably someone put in an arbitrary number would be my guess, and they didn't really think it through, or maybe it's because it's not cooked it gets a bonus to negative fun because it's not cooked, and when you cook it, it loses that. That's really stupid, though. I eat raw bell peppers kind of a lot. They're delicious. I mean, they're a little waxy, but they're delicious. There's no negative fun attached to them in my mind. So just more evidence. My guess would be, stuff like this comes up all the time. I think, people contribute and they don't really think, they don't take the time to compare things to other submitted items. And it just seems like sometimes people add stuff and it just doesn't make sense. My guess would be that if you cook it, it loses that. So they just basically probably gave it a negative fun. And then there's probably some kind of system in place that makes negative fun, like adds negative fun when something's not cooked that has a cooked recipe or something like that. So it probably stacked up like that. Where are my beverages? How are we down to 1 bottle of water? That can't be right. We had so many other beverages. We had juice. No, that's not how you search. Juice. Rotten orange juice. No, that's not going to do it. Do I really not have water? I have 1 bottle of clean water. Okay, it's time to establish a proper water source. Do we have any gallon jugs? We have a gallon of rotten almond milk. Oh man, I meant to change chairs again and I forgot. Now we got the creaky chair. Really need to do that. Problem is this chair is comfortable and the other chair is actually a lawn chair, which I don't love sitting in, but it doesn't creak and it's much more stable. Let's pour this on the ground. Mutant meat toxins joy penalty is inherited. Is that the only one that's inherited? But it's also it's a bell pepper we're talking about. It's not mutant meat though. But is that the only one that's inherited? I kind of figured there might be another one because I think meat. No, that's calories. I don't really know. I often talk like I know what I'm talking about, but really I'm just some dude that plays a fair bit. Like I get people on YouTube all the time are like, "Oh, it's cool you're a dev for the game," and I'm like, "No, I'm not a dev. I don't really know that much about the game. I just sort of muddle my way through and pick things up as I go." So I don't really know how that works. It just is definitely wrong. Oh, good, my chat died again. Kind of need to see chat. Mutant bell pepper. Wow, I missed a bunch of things. Shouldn't apply there. Mutant bell pepper, and then winky faces and things. Yeah, I wish my chat would stop doing this. It's the Xbox. Microsoft. I'm gonna give you a hot take, internet. Microsoft is shit. That's my take. Everything that they touch is motivated by money instead of delivering a satisfying product. This is why the Xbox has been falling behind continually over the last decade or so. It's why Mixer failed miserably. Things like that. I really hate that they bought GitHub because I'm sure they're going to ruin GitHub. And just don't. Microsoft is not good. Don't mess with Microsoft. Why am I still very hungry? Oh, we were going to do water. Yes, water. So I got distracted by my hatred of large corporations. Can we do this and put this in the jug it came from? Fingers crossed. Pour in a container. Gallon jug. Excellent. So let's drink some water. Will probably put us to... Still very thirsty, huh? Hot take. PC has always been and will be the master race. Oh, 100%. The reason consoles became popular is because computers were so expensive. And in order to play, let's say, I picked up 7 Days to Die initially on my Xbox because I didn't have a computer that ran it very well. So people buy them because they're more accessible than, buying a $100 computer to play modern games. Oh, I want to play Escape for Tarkov. I guess I have to pay $1,300 to get a good machine. So they're just more accessible. But as time has progressed, they're like the PS5 is going to be like $500 at launch. Just buy a computer. I don't understand at this point. Not only do you get mouse and keyboard support, which is just objectively better. And I'm very hot now. We literally just checked our heat and we were fine. Now we're very hot. Minor annoyances today. Step away. That's probably contributing to why we're so thirsty. I really don't like going to sleep while I'm thirsty, so we're not going to go to bed yet. Let's just go back to reading until our thirst and stuff Back to very hungry immediately. Getting real tired of the busted systems, gotta be honest. Really not in the mood for all this busted crap. Also, I ate a cracklin and my thirst went away. That does not make any sense at all. Let's grab... Everything's busted. What's going on? Give me some meat. 5 meat. You can't accommodate 5 meat because I took off a suit of armor. It's so big. Put the armor back on. Give me the meat. Okay. PC game, let's set up and make sure we're optimal. Console, disco room. That is not English. I have no idea what that means. Or am I just... Oh, I feel like consoles had a really important part in the development of video games. I think that back in the day when arcades were being transitioned away and consoles were becoming very common, I think it was a huge thing for gaming, and I think it was really important. And now I think we're past that. I don't think consoles are necessary. When things come out on console, I don't enjoy that. So The Last of Us 2 came out. By all accounts, it's really terrible, and I don't like it. Just from what I've heard, and because I didn't like the DLC in the initial game, but it made me want to go back and play the first one. In order to play the first one, I have to buy a PlayStation, or I have to use the PlayStation Online service through my PC, which has pretty hefty system requirements. I'm pretty sure I could run the PlayStation Online, whatever it is that you can get through your computer, but it's just frustrating. If you're going to develop, I don't believe in console exclusives. It just seems, it's not in your best interest. If you're, I don't know. I don't like them. I don't support console exclusives. You're already full. No, let's wait. I don't want to go to bed. Okay, try that again. You know what's interesting is that when I try to consume something and it says you're full, you'll be forcing yourself to drink. If I hit no, it doesn't go away. It is actually deploying the window twice, so I have to do it twice in order to exit that menu. And it doesn't matter if I hit N, I have to do it twice. So that's odd. I'm not sure why that's doubling up like that. That's just great. Let's wait. Let's go back to reading until we can drink something again. I'm sure we'll go right back to very, very hungry here in a second. Let's wait, in fact, until we're not satisfied. There we go. Okay. Let's drink something. I hate the idea, and we're very hungry immediately. God, I wish... I guess I should just play on stable, because I don't want to sit and complain about it. Also, let's save more frequently. So let's go to bed. Take off your armor while you sleep. Did I miss something? Just a lot of goofing around in chat and Murder talking about bugs. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty decent tolerance for bugs because I do play on the experimental. But every now and then there's some stuff that just annoys the bejesus out of me, honestly. Like the nested container thing with the length changes has been really getting on my nerves, that I can't store a lot of items. And I don't really understand. Like we've talked about it, the mace in my hand right now, I should be able to stuff that in my backpack. It might not fit perfectly. It might be too long for the backpack, but you could absolutely put a mace head down in a backpack and it would be okay. Same with planks. Apparently planks are much bigger than I initially thought they were. So like planks are currently not really carryable, which is why would you... Drop the books. We don't need the books. Drop the jug of clean water. I thought I already did that. Give me my mace back. I need my mace. Where's my mace? Where's the mace? I'm missing it. There's the mace. Okay. Wield the mace. And this is our med pile, apparently. Sure. Okay. Very hungry. Yes, of course we are. So let's eat... God, we're eating so much and we're staying hungry. So the calorie bug is a little bit frustrating because we're consuming all of our meat stores very, very quickly. And I really anticipated that food would last us a really long time. If I had known about this or known this would be an issue, I would have butchered more animals and stocked both the fridge and the freezer probably. So, but I guess we know now, and we can just do what we can to avoid it. We get that. I think most of us are on experimental. There's a PR to alter storage's max item length. You can put in... Okay, so it's a buff in general. Yeah, I mean, again, that's just mildly inconvenience. I'm just kind of getting annoyed that I'm constantly dropping my mace every time I try to, you know, you pick up 2 items that are max length beyond. Check your connection. Test in the settings, general network settings. If you do have a connection, your game might need an update. I'm just trying to look at chat through my Xbox. I don't need to update. Why are you such a piece of shit? So we're gonna reconnect. Like, I need a second screen for chat. Fix for the huge calorie requirement is merged. It will be in the next build. Well, crap. Someone was just asking about that on Discord, and I didn't know what to tell them. So they were asking, is it merged yet? Was it fixed? And I didn't know. Anyway, let's stop complaining. Too much of my content is me complaining. Let's go back to raising our mechanic skill, because again, I want to do some vehicle work. What can we talk about? Oh, so I had my therapy yesterday. It was my first week back after 3 months, I think, of quarantine and whatnot. It was the first time they were having people in the office. I attend both group and single individual therapy, just because there are different benefits to both of those things. And so I went to group therapy yesterday, and it was mostly annoying because I've been using teletherapy, and it's been super convenient to just do an hour of therapy and then go back and do work at the house. But yesterday I had to go all the way to the office, which meant I drove about an hour because it was very bad traffic. I was stuck in traffic for about an hour. Got there, did about an hour and a half of like our big group therapy where, you know, they do a lot of time. And then I drove about 45 minutes home, and it's like, you know, that was basically my whole day from like 4 o'clock till like 8 o'clock was driving and being at therapy. So I got home and was like, man, I can't stream. I can't really record because now everybody's home at the house. They're making a lot of noise. It was like, I felt like my whole day was wasted. So I kind of miss that we were doing things over the phone. It was so much more convenient. But yeah, back at therapy, which is good and bad. There's good and bad. But I mostly like therapy, and I believe in therapy, so I don't really mind being there. It's just the inconvenience is like, really does eat up my whole day. And that is a bummer. On the plus side, I did get to talk to some guys who run their own business. Two people in my group, 2 of the men, run their own businesses, so I was able to ask them questions about how they have things structured, which is something I am trying to figure out so that I can start taking ad revenue and stuff. Yeah, it was nice to talk to them, but I didn't really get as much information as I had really hoped. As long as I can fill the tank on my car, I'm good. Maybe fill it with mayo. Yes, someone was just on Discord complaining that they can't fill their tanks for some reason. Can my Deathmobile run on mayo? I would think not. I don't think mayo has the combustible energy that one would require. Okay, so our focus is not doing well. Stop. Check your connection. Oh, I'm so sick of you, Xbox. Now my overlay is busted as well. My Stream Deck is not working. So is it just my internet is bad? We had really bad storms. Is something down right now? Yeah, Stream Deck is frozen, so I have no idea if my overlay is up or down. Can my Deathmobile run on mayo? Have you ever tried burning mayo? I have not. I imagine it does not combust, though. So chat, is there any interruption? Have you noticed any like stuttering with my video, or is my audio cutting out or anything like that. I'm having apparently some connection issues. Can't reach this page. You've lost. I need to be able to see chat though. It's kind of big important thing. It says you're connected. Why can't you connect? I really don't want to deal with this. Just wanted to play some video games. My phone is also not working with the internet. Yeah, I have the pause screen up. I'm trying to troubleshoot because I can't see chat, and I need to see chat. Otherwise, this is basically just recording YouTube if I can't interact with chat. So, go offline. Yeah, go ahead. You can burn mayo. YouTube has told me so. I would encourage you not to burn mayo. I think that would be really gross. I think mayo in general is a pretty gross food. I like it. I put it on my sandwiches, but it's definitely not something I would try to put in my car's engine. Everything burns with enough heat. Yeah, probably. That's probably true, I imagine. I hate the Xbox. Okay, we've got Twitch chat back. Fantastic. Sorry about that, internet. It's been a real issue. Masochist condiment confirmed. Has anyone ever made a steam-powered car? I believe they actually have a Mythbusters episode in which they test a steam power engine, as well as a black powder engine, which I think is cool. That was a long time ago. I don't remember the specifics, but I believe that there were actually people who tried to patent things like that back in the day. I don't know. I imagine it doesn't actually really work, but I guess I don't know. We're very hungry again, so we'll go eat more meat. This is a fun stream so far. Okay, what else? Therapy, yes. So I was able to talk to some guys about, like, you know, how they run their business and how we talked about pass-through entities and some boring crap that you probably don't care about. But it was nice. It was nice to talk to people in person about something. It was nice to talk to people in person, period. You know, it's been so long since I've really been out and about. We all were wearing masks, of course, but still being able to see people face to face that I haven't seen in, 3 months is kind of nice. Even if we're not really friends, they're just sort of group members. In fact, the one guy I talked to, well, it doesn't matter. I don't know the confidentiality rules. He's done some really not great stuff, but he was very helpful when I was asking him questions, which is all I really wanted from him. So that was nice. That was my yesterday. And then I came home and played WoW for like 2 hours because I'm a bad person who keeps complaining about not having time and then waste time playing World of Warcraft because I don't manage my time very well. And then today I worked on the animation for the follower thing, trying to pull together some art assets, but it's becoming much more of a work in progress than I expected. I thought it would be a lot easier than it is. It's been very slow and sort of tedious. I think my connection is dying again. I'm so tired of this. I'm just going to ignore this. Hopefully chat will be fine. We're tired again. We are Mechanics 3, which is as best as we're going to get from books, and it's enough for us to do some stuff, like be able to pull off the cargo spaces and all that. Should be less than 3, so we can start filling our vehicle as soon as we would get a welder. We're going to need a hacksaw, so we maybe should be pushing. Let's push to the hardware store tomorrow when the sun comes up, and instead of sitting here reading forever. Are you wearing a suit of armor? You're not, so go ahead and go to sleep. Oh, what else? So I would like you feel that you need to eat more calorie-dense food. After having eaten about 40 chunks of meat today, I feel like I've been doing that. Worst case scenario, we'll just debug our calorie stores. I'm trying to avoid that because it will break achievements, but yeah, we might end up doing that. So I over the weekend have nothing going on, so I'm really hoping this weekend I can stream some. I am definitely behind schedule. Tomorrow was supposed to be today was supposed to be the experimental Cataclysm video on my channel where we talk about updates and things, and I just did not get around to doing that. So I'm going to need to do that tonight or tomorrow. But other than that, I have really nothing going on other than to work on stream stuff. And yeah, I might try to stream something else. I would really like to stream some Warlords Battlecry. I think we talked about that before. Had a real urge to play that game again, and I do really like that game, even if it is older and not super super fun to look at. It's a great RTS that you've probably never played because I don't think it was that popular. Let's save. My inputs are being eaten as well. I don't know. My computer maybe is having some issues. Maybe that's why the connectivity with the Xbox is so bad. It's using my computer as a hotspot. So maybe that's part of that issue. Just making sure everything's okay and I didn't drop again.